Welcome to Social Behavior in a Diverse Society. My name is Alan Knobloch, and I'll be your instructor for this course. Today I'd like to go over the syllabus, talk about some of the assignments, and get you ready to take the course. The course description in the syllabus says that recognizing social behavior occurs within an intercultural context. Students will develop the basic knowledge foundations necessary to understand and influence social behavior in a diverse society. Basically what that means is the course is broken into two parts. The first part is the basic tenets of social psychology, which is why do people do what they do. We'll cover most of that through the textbook. The second part, diversity, a diverse society, is talking about all forms of diversity. Culture, language, race, gender, sexuality, socioeconomic status. And these topics will be covered by the articles and the videos that we have. If this course is done right, you should feel uncomfortable. The psychology term is cognitive dissonance. Think of an upset stomach where you're just not feeling right. The reason for this is the course will ask you to explore some of your own internal beliefs about people of different races or gender or culture or socioeconomic status. The idea is that people only grow when they're pushed outside their comfort zone, and this cognitive dissonance is necessary for that growth to occur. Course outcomes. By the end of the course, students will be able to develop and apply knowledge foundations which can lead toward the creation of social environments which promote respect for and support of individual differences of ethnicity, race, language, culture, gender, and ability. Promote and apply communicative processes in ways that demonstrate sensitivity to all learners. Understand the concept of role, status, social class, and apply that knowledge toward examining and addressing a human relations problem. That's part of your comprehensive portfolio, the major project in this class. Understand the concept of race and race history within the United States and its influence on social and intellectual behavior, particularly within the realms of schools and colleges. Develop an understanding of behaviors which lead toward an effective interpersonal response, and apply that understanding toward examining and addressing a human relations problem. Again, part of your portfolio. Demonstrate an understanding and respect for cultural, linguistic, and ethnic diversity. Hopefully, we'll be able to get you sort of to walk in the shoes of people who have been new to the United States or who have come from different countries and languages. Develop and demonstrate a knowledge foundation that would enable one to create a challenging, dynamic, safe learning environment, one that is sensitive to the full range of student diversity and encourages openness, tolerance, caring, collaboration, and self-motivation. Whether you're working in a K-12 setting or a university setting, whether you have your own classroom, your sets of advisees, this is always the number one thing that we strive to do. With this course, the hope is to add in the element of diversity in looking at what if you encounter students who come from different countries or who English is not their native language or even different parts of the United States. Recognize and respond appropriately to differences in family structures, social and cultural backgrounds. Understand and apply strategies that support behavioral change. Let's take a few moments and go over some of the basics of the course. It lasts 13 weeks. The course will run on Moodle, which you'll access through your My Plymouth page. I'll put up a separate video to go over some of the highlights of that. Each week will run from a Sunday to a Saturday, and so all weekly assignments are due Saturday at midnight. I'm not a stickler for deadlines, so if you're a few days late, that's fine. Just make sure that you're responding to your classmates' postings and contributing to the discussion. I wouldn't fall too far behind, though. There is a fair bit of work in this class, and it'll pile up on you very quickly. In addition, it'll be hard for you to attend and respond to your classmates if you're running weeks behind. The most important date is November 30th. That's when all assignments are due, including the largest one, your portfolio. I have scheduled time on the calendar to give you the last week or so to really focus on that portfolio. Grades are due 5 days after November 30th. So if your work isn't in to me by then, you will receive an incomplete until you can get all the work completed. Your course grade is made up of 3 parts. the portfolio, which is described at length in the syllabus, as well as how I'll grade it. And I'll also put up another video talking about that, is 60% of your grade. Your application questions and responses are 30%, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And finding and summarizing resources, sharing them with your colleagues in the class, will be 10% of the grade. Each week you're expected to do a number of different things. One, view the video lecture like this. Second thing would be to read any assigned chapters from the textbook, any articles that are assigned. View all videos. Almost all of them will come through YouTube. Answer the weekly application question. Respond to the answer of at least one of the other students in the class. And respond to any questions I may pose to you based on what you have there. There may be other types of assignments put in there, but also you should be scheduling some time each week to work on your portfolio. For the application questions, here's the rubric of how it will be scored. Basically, if each of your posts meets expectations and you're responding to your classmates, you can earn an A. A plus means you need to be exceeding expectations on a number of times. And each week I will post your grade or respond directly to you individually with the grade you got for that application question. You are welcome to retry it if you haven't met expectations or haven't received a mark that you're comfortable with. You are welcome to repost. The third major part of your assignments will be finding and summarizing resources. I've added this element to the class to allow you to tailor it to your particular topics and your particular problems. Basically what these resources are is they have to be credible resources that maybe come from a journal, a popular magazine like Psychology Today or Time or Harper's, newspaper articles from, say, the New York Times or Wall Street Journal, Boston Globe, videos, podcasts, blog posts, what have you. Again, the biggest part is that they need to be credible. They need to be citing research or experts. They'd be something that you would want to share with a colleague, or perhaps even parents. So 4 times throughout the term, you'll be going and finding a resource that works for you, and basically summarizing it in a paragraph. The following week, I'll ask all the students in the class is to select 2 other resources posted by the students in the class, things that they may be able to find useful for their portfolio, and respond to them in a simple way. As you could probably tell, this is my first time doing a video lecture like this, so I apologize if there was noise in the background, if I stuttered or paused too long. I'm trying to stretch myself a bit, so I ask for your patience. Let me know how I'm doing. In closing, I want to talk a little bit about taking an online course. I've taught a number of them over the years, and I've taken a number of them. There's a lot of good things about it. One, it's self-paced. You can do the work at your own time. It's truly anywhere, anytime learning. If you need to go over things, you can go back over them. If things come up, you can schedule them for different days. You don't have to travel. You save time coming back and forth to Plymouth. On the downside, you do miss the human interactions, particularly in a course like this. There can be a sense of isolation. You can lose some motivation with it. The best advice I give people is keep to the schedule, reach out if you're having any questions, and engage yourself. Doing graduate work is really about you. What you put into it will determine what you get out of it. At any time throughout the course, if you have a question, a concern, reach out to me. My information's at the top of the syllabus. I'm happy for you to call me at home up till 9 o'clock at night. Those of you overseas, pay attention to your time change. But I'd rather you give me a 5-minute call at 7 o'clock at night when you're stuck on something that I can help you with than wait for you to sit there and stew, or worse yet, waste your time. My Skype address is there. I'm happy to connect by Skype, by phone, and send me an email. I'll be watching you online. If I feel like you're falling behind or your responses aren't up to the quality that I would expect, I'll reach out, and we can have an email conversation or a phone conversation. I took this course over 20 years ago, and I actually got to meet with Dr. Fischler, the professor who created the course and taught me 20 years ago. It was a bit of a unique experience. Hopefully I've been able to protect and continue the the best parts about the course, the parts that were intended to be there to give you the meat of it, while updating it a little bit with some videos and some of the other resources that I can bring from my background. So again, in closing, any questions, reach out and contact me. Take a look through your syllabus, and also look for some of the other videos. I'll post a separate video on the comprehensive portfolio, and I'll post a video on Moodle as well. So welcome to the class, and I look forward to seeing you on